Health check. It is almost playoff season, and you might be thinking of placing a friendly wager on your favorite sports team. For many people, placing a small bet on a game is fun and harmless, but for other people, it can become an addiction.
When I say severe, I'm talking gambling 8 hours a day, compulsively betting, waking up thinking about the bets that you placed the night before.
Research shows nearly half of all high-risk problem gamblers are between the ages of 18 and 34, and 20% have attempted suicide. Joining us now, licensed clinical social worker Kelly Kitley. Kelly, it's good to see you. So, as Kate mentioned, right, NHL Stanley Cup playoffs are coming up. March Madness just ended. A lot of people may have placed bets for fun, but this can easily veer into something else. Walk us through the signs that may be happening.
Sure. Good afternoon, Kate and Zinkley. You know, that clip that you showed is spot on. Anybody who's having a preoccupation of thinking about gambling and the compulsion to want to increase the amount that they're gambling and trying to chase that high. The problem comes when somebody's making a decision to try to cut back on their own and they are unsuccessful with that. Sometimes there's an underlying issue that maybe somebody's not addressing, and they're using the gambling as a coping mechanism.
And if you were to notice signs like that from a loved one, what do you do? How do you start that conversation?
It's so important to give concrete evidence and feedback of maybe what you've seen in that friend or family member by saying, you know, you've seemed to be a little more withdrawn, or it sounds like you've been having some financial issues. Take a really non-judgmental, open approach and let them know that you're there to support them and help them get the help that they need.
And you touched on it, Kelly, but gambling impacts more than someone's finances, right? It also impacts their relationships. What can that look like?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It can impact your whole health. And oftentimes, if people are having financial difficulties, they will reach out to family members and ask for an advance on money, or they may be more irritable or disengaged or not spending time with family or friends. And sometimes their professional life can be impacted too with the obsessive thinking and loss of concentration as well.
So overcoming any kind of addiction can be really tough, right? How would you suggest that people, if they think they might have this problem, like how do they start to get through that?
Sure. So the first piece for any addiction is awareness and being able to remove the shame and ask for help. And there are so many support services. 12-Step has free programs for Gamblers Anonymous. Make sure that you are talking to an addiction specialist or seeking someone who specializes in the treatment using a cognitive behavioral approach. And certainly remove yourself from circles that are enhancing or encouraging your gambling.
And we know young men tend to have a higher risk of gambling addiction. Are there other risk factors we should be aware of?
Absolutely. Any family history of any kind of addiction or any mental health issues, such as anxiety or depression. And certainly if somebody is wired a little more personality-wise to be more competitive or have impulsive tendencies or be a workaholic, those increase the risks, absolutely.
Great tips, Kelly Kitley. Thank you so much. And of course, if you or someone you know has challenges with gambling, help is always available. You can call or text the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
There is much more news still to